Today, a free lunchbox if you come out and give 45 minutes of your time. On your side in Columbus, I'm Kristina, Privette, WRBL News 3. She'd have to drink a whole bottle of cough syrup just to get a buzz. Not the case with hand sanitizer. A shooting happened at these apartments this morning. That call came in about 3:40 this morning. We'll be right back with another look at our weather. But you know, we're just getting started with your news this morning. You'll want to hang around for CBS This Morning. More like I'm reporting at a fair, and there's just an excitement in the air. People are smiling, laughing as they walk in and out. Droves of people coming in and out. As you can see, or just saw for a second there, this is a packed parking lot. Find yourself in that type of nightmare situation, you need to prepare to do one of three things. Either hide. I want to show you what's going on here. The folks behind us that work for the Red Cross, they're setting up, and we already have our first two heroes stepping up to the plate. A dozen or more people have tried to actually cross through this, and I went out into the center of it and see behind me. It's tough to actually see behind me, and that's another part of the story here, is that I can't get close because this material that has spilled all over the road into the grass is a toxic material known as tetramethylammonium hydroxide. If you see behind me, you can see the exact street where it happened, right off of 28th Street between 3rd and 4th. And look right here, it is still very much an active scene. You find the right helmet that's both safe and in your price range. Hargrove says you can't stop there. This scene behind me looks completely different than it did just 15 minutes ago. Simple as rolling up your sleeve. Giving blood is something most of us can do. Tonight we introduce you to a hidden hero who's been giving his entire adult life. The Monday after the terrorist attack in Orlando that left dozens dead and injured, the phones were ringing off the hook at our local American Red Cross.
American Red Cross, how may I help you?
People calling to donate blood.
Donate as much as I can.
You never know when the need is going to come.
Johnny Williams works for the Red Cross. He says this happens every time a national tragedy strikes, whether Orlando, San Bernardino, or 9/11. The Red Cross's answer, always the same.
Those victims need blood immediately. So really the unsung heroes of many of the tragedies that have come our way are the people who gave blood the days and weeks prior to the event.
The Red Cross is responsible for supplying 40% of the nation's blood. That's more than any other blood bank. The nonprofit collects blood from all over the country and ends up in one central blood bank. The reason for that is because more lives are helped this way.
Blood goes to the warehouse anywhere in the nation. If somebody needs a pint of blood that's not available at that hospital, we can actually ship it overnight if we need to.
As the temps heat up in the summer, supply typically drops, even more so this summer. Williams says their supply is lower than the same time last year.
Mainly that's because you know, high schools are where we get a lot of our blood during the year, and the schools are out during the summer, so we don't have them to draw from, and people get more active, they seem to be more on vacation.
But the chance of your blood ever getting to the victims in a tragedy like the mass shooting in Orlando are more likely if you make a habit out of giving regularly.
Something that's easy and free, doesn't cost me anything.
Daniel Anderson has been doing just that for the last decade. Williams says hidden heroes like Anderson donate as a way to serve your fellow man. It's also a chance to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Blood is not manufactured anywhere. The only way it gets on the shelves is somebody like you or I steps up and say, here's mine, take mine.
The Firecracker 100 blood drive is being held again tomorrow, this time at the Columbus Fire Department and Training Classroom right off of 3rd Avenue. Donors, you'll receive a free lunch cooler. It runs from noon until 5. Now, if you'd like to schedule an appointment or learn more, go to our website, WRBL.com, and click under the Community tab. On your site in Columbus, Kristina, Privette, WRBL News 3. When hearing about this new trend, I asked Muskogee County school officials to find out if they made changes to their policies concerning hand sanitizer. I sat down with 4 recovering addicts who share a glimpse into their lives of addictions in order to light the path for others.
In the end, don't do it. I've lost everything and come back.
Never thought I would be addicted to drugs because my father was, and well, I fell into his footsteps.
All 4 of these women started using drugs or alcohol as tweens or teens and have similar stories of addiction.
Anything that has to do with substances, a lot to do with just like self-esteem issues.
They also share similar thoughts on the hand sanitizer buzz, where children are drinking it to get drunk. Does this shock you?
No, not at all.
Now clean, their hope is to share their experiences in order to keep others from the stain.
Computer cleaner was a gateway drug for me.
Yeah, not only the rubber cement, but we also, when we were younger, would drink Robitussin.
But she also says she'd have to drink a whole bottle of cough syrup just to get a buzz. Not the case with hand sanitizer. The average bottle per volume lists 65% ethyl alcohol. To compare that to something like vodka, hard liquor, this lists only 40% ethyl alcohol. Which led me to ask the question of the Muskogee County School District. Did you take any actions beyond just sending out the letter? Have you locked up this hand sanitizer? Or
No. No, you
teachers aware other than just parents?
Well, you can't lock up the hand sanitizer. We know that, but like I said, there's hand dispensers in our bathrooms. We have hand dispensers in our cafeterias. We have hand sanitizers in our classrooms. It's all about making sure that they're informed and they're aware of what the potential dangers are.
She also says hand wipes are a great alternative. Christy Hubbard with Safe Kids Columbus says it's safe to classify the clear gel as a poison, but balance is important.
Nobody's saying not to use it.
Hubbard says there's an option here for a DIY, do-it-yourself project.
I encourage parents to go do their own research when it comes to hand sanitizer and making their home recipes, but I know there are non-toxic ways to do it.
Most research actually points back to a simpler time of just using plain old soap and water.
They are encouraging people to go back to washing your hands.
The schools were to actually remove all hand sanitizers from the classrooms. These four women agree it's the parents' responsibility to remain vigilant.
Know what your kids are doing. If they stay in the bathroom too long,
Don't get too busy to take that time away from the child. Show them that love.
So you guys all keep coming back to just wanting to fit in. First you might, but the end result, it's you are really cut off from society.
yeah, you isolate yourself, you cut off any friends that you have.
If someone you know is abusing drugs, these women are here to say no one is beyond
You don't have
help.
to be blind as you look
No,
like.
I can see, literally see.
Within these four safe walls, cluttered tables, they journal and see another layer of healing unfold.
And not in the end, no ma'am. Nothing works in the end but God.
But now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
Hubbard says vomiting, confusion, and drowsiness are signs of poisoning. She also suggests adding the poison control helpline into your cell phone so you're prepared. It's 1-800-222-1222. Georgia Poison Control says overusing hand sanitizer can actually do the opposite, harm your body's natural immune system. You can also go to our website, WRBL.com, to see the warning signs of a child or young adult addicted to substances and some local resources to help. On your side, Kristina, Privette, WRBL News 3.
Our eyes and ears.
I spoke with several leaders from several different emergency organizations in our area, Homeland Security, the FBI, and CPD. They say they all work together on a monthly basis to prepare in case there is an attack here in the Valley.
Most of these radicals would rather kill one of their own just to injure one of us.
Retired Command Sergeant Major Dennis Smith has deployed more times than the average person travels internationally in a lifetime. He spent a total of 5 years of his 26-year career killing and capturing terrorists in the global war on terror. He says more than anything, he detests the terrorists' cowardly tactics.
But you got to sneak around and kill innocent people just because you believe in something.
He's looked countless masterminds of fear in the eyes and lost too many brothers at their
Each
hands.
one of them lives are precious, and it does make you angry.
Smith believes how big the fight is in their backyard directly impacts the fight on our front doorstep.
9/11 is a prime example of that. You stayed away and out of Afghanistan, and it was a known terrorist training camps and stuff, and has been for years. So we allowed them to formulate and have a safe haven and make a plan.
However, Dennis doesn't actually think terror in the Chattahoochee River Valley is likely.
Instead, an active shooter situation like this simulated practice event recently held at CSU is what he's always ready for.
When they go into a restaurant and sit down, know where the exit's at.
While the leaders from the local Homeland Security Office, the FBI, and Columbus Police Department all agree with Smith's opinion on active shooters being a threat, they all believe a larger scale terrorist attack could just as likely happen.
Another misconception that concerns me is people think it won't happen here. Ask any town that had a terrorist attack and they'll tell you they thought it wouldn't happen there either, but it did.
Look at some of where the domestic, terrorism, when these mass shootings, they're not all in big cities. Some of them happen in little towns.
Everywhere is a target. Terrorism, does not have, a fence wrapped around it or boundaries.
They all say you are their key to spotting possible radicals who live to kill our way of life.
As you mentioned, there's only so many of us, and we've got two eyes. Whereas involving the public and the community to help us in this, is really crucial.
If it's drawing your attention or your curiosity or your concern, you need to tell somebody about it.
If you find yourself in that type of nightmare situation, you need to prepare to do one of three things. Either hide so they can't see you, fight back with something like a chair, or run.
Smith says running away is not what the infantry at Fort Benning learned to do. He's confident if an attack were to happen, they could certainly help stop it.
We've got a lot of people that run to the gunfire. We'll have a lot that run away, but we'll still have a lot that run from it because we're right here with thousands of soldiers that we train to run to gunfire every day.
Kristina joins us now here on the desk. Kristina, the active shooter training event we just saw, that was for law enforcement. But what about regular folks like you, me, Phil? What about folks like us?
Yes, there is a course. Actually, the gentleman we met in this story, the Director of Homeland Security, Robert Futrell, he actually offers a free course. He says recently, that course has been in very high demand. He's been teaching it to local businesses all over the Columbus Valley area. And it's actually free, so we could have them even come here to WRBL to train us on how to respond to an active shooter situation. And something that you'll learn in the course that he passed along, that why keep it from you if it can help protect you. If there is an active shooter, let's say, came in here, we could slide this underneath the door, he says, and it may not stop them forever, but at least slow them down in their tracks. And we know in a situation like this, every second counts. So it's these types of tips that you'll pick up in his course.
All right, never thought about that. Door stop.
Really great, I know. And on our website right now, WRBL.com, I've posted the information, Robert Futrell's contact information, so if you would like to have that course taught to you, you can find it on our website, as well as the information to report any suspicious activity you think may be related to terrorism.
Good deal. All right, thanks so much, Kristina. We're coming right back. Bob's got a look at that forecast for you straight ahead in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.